Sometimes what happens in relationships, especially traditional relationships, is there seems to be a double standard. And the longer a double standard goes on, the more severe the rift begins. You know if you're in one because the power isn't even. It feels like your partner gets all this freedom and you don't. Or your partner doesn't have to do certain things that you have to do. Or your partner expects things and then they don't give you the same courtesy of the things they expect. I've got some examples of them. The first one is, it seems like friends are different. Like they can have friends of the opposite sex, whereas they get all judgmental and jealous if you do. Secondly, they can talk about confidential things that you've said, but yet if you talk about confidential things they've said, they get really upset. And they'll usually come back with, I can trust my friends or the people I tell more because they really do keep it quiet, but yours blab it all over town. Thirdly, they expect you to treat their parents really well and pamper them, but they don't do that for your parents. Like there's not an evenness in how you treat the in-laws, and that can really hurt relationships. They get very protective about money, and they have money issues. Like they're okay spending money on what they want, but they won't allow you the same. So that seems unbalanced. It begins feeling very unfair. You get no me time, and they have tons of me time, and it starts really draining on you. Even when you suggest it sometimes, you don't get that much me time. Sometimes their loyalty and openness, they want loyalty and they want just your attention. But yet they're able to be open. They're freer. They seem like they're less attached than you. And they don't give you that same loyalty. And they surely don't give you that same openness. Once again, it feels a little controlling, a little constricting for you. The responsibility of the housework is very uneven. Like they expect you automatically, sometimes because of your gender or sometimes because you're home with the kids or whatever, they'll expect you to do more than what they do. And they'll always have an excuse, whether it was traditional or whatever, or they're working harder or whatever, but it's not fair and it's not even. They expect to be respected for who they do, who they are and what they bring to the relationship, but yet they don't treat you with the same respect. When these types of unevenness, imbalance of power happen in a relationship, it can destroy your relationship. But more importantly, it can cause a lot of resentment and seething and bitterness, which will destroy your sex life. So let's talk about what you should do if you have double standards in your relationship. The first thing is you have to discuss it. You have to discuss it openly with your partner and say, hey, listen, I need you to know how I feel. And you have to be honest and direct. And then agree to identify exact areas and put balance in those. For example, if you're doing 80% of the housework and they're doing 30, that's a wonderful place to start. Make it 50-50 as much as possible. Or 60-40 with that person who does 60% getting more me time. You can throw one stone and knock off two birds with that one. Transparency with finances. You need transparency with finances anyway. In a healthy relationship, it's vital. So bring all of the finances out on the table and go through them and talk about them. Agree to make decisions together. Any decisions you make about the relationship has to involve both of you. And lastly, meet each other in the middle. The middle is not what you want, either one of you, but it's where healthy relationships lie. When you meet in the middle, you realize you're sacrificing a part of what you want for something bigger, which is the health of the relationship. And I am telling you, that is worth gold.